Hello and welcome back to Skeggsy on the farm in rural Thailand. I hope I find you well. Well, sadly on Tuesday the 25th of July, early hours of the morning, Uncle with the cancer lost his battle. He passed away, as I said, with all the family around him, brothers and sisters, and even Diep, who's been affected quite hard with his passing. Uncle used to look after her when she was just a young baby really, and then she was then transferred to her grandma. Her own mother had left her in the hospital. Anyway, that's the sarcophagus. It stayed in that particular building for 3 days. People came every day, and some people even slept with him overnight, so he was never ever left alone. The actual display around the coffin or the sarcophagus was loads and loads of flowers and fairy lights, and a photograph of him as well. But on Thursday it was decided that he would go for burning. We would obviously taking it to the crematorium, and they just literally called it the burning. He was escorted to the temple with the friends and family, and as you can see here, they're basically escorted him. The temple was actually on the left hand side. The music being played, it must be traditional type music. It's not somebody just playing a record around the back. It is actually coming off this truck here for a set of speakers. Anyway, I'll let you have a listen to the music as I go and join the procession. That's the temple on the left hand side. Two monks. The first monk is obviously from the temple. The second little monk is Diep's sister's son. He was honoured to be a monk for the day, and he was taken into the temple the night before, and he had his head shaven, and he acted as a full monk all day. He did exactly what the rest of the monks did. As we arrive into the temple, the actual temple itself is actually on the right hand side, but this is the crematorium side of it. Impressive building. It's obviously been there many years, and for this particular funeral it was well decorated with flowers and garlands and ribbons, as you will see. That's the main steps up to the bit where the coffin goes, and then the ovens. Yeah, kind of think of any way of putting it, but the ovens are at the back. I'll show you a quick picture of it a little bit later on, but obviously I won't dwell on it. They go round it 3 times. I've been with processions before when we've gone to the temple, and every procession always goes round 3 times. I haven't found out why yet, but they do go round 3 times. So this is the sort of first passing round. The family can actually walk up this side of the steps, and everybody else will be sitting on the left hand side as it comes round again, so they can actually see what goes on. Funerals in Isan can actually last for 3-4 days. Obviously, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days he laid in state, and then he was basically burnt on the Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, he was spent Thursday. They were, as I said, they were going to do it on the Friday, but it turned out it was the King's birthday, who is now the same age as me, 71. so they decided to burn on the Thursday instead of the Friday. Very expensive, very expensive. You got to feed everybody. In the evenings, everybody comes either from the village or family and friends to show their respects to Uncle, and you have to feed them. Diep was getting up at 4 o'clock every morning, going to the market, going buying more food. You're not supposed to drink at a funeral, but they were sort of under the table, if you know what I mean. So now the coffin is actually just been placed up on the top there. You can see it is white with gold on the side of it. It's like a paper coffin, really. It's muslin. Yeah, what's the cloth? Yeah, the actual sides are made of cloth, but the actual bottom of it is solid. And then that's where all the friends and family are. Where I'm actually taking the video, the close members of the family, brothers and sisters, are all there. The guy who looks like a scout, he's a school teacher, and the rest of the guys are the ones who actually sort of make sure the funeral goes okay. The guy, as I say, is a school teacher, and he's basically, well, he sang a song, but he also he did like the trilogy and talked about Uncle, and we sat there for a good hour listening to what he was saying. I kept saying, "What's he talking about? What's he talking about?" I kept talking. I kept getting told it was just about his life and what he'd done and that. Now, the actual close members of the family are underneath the gazebo there, brothers and sisters, and his daughter. I know you can't see him very well because of the car. Now, someone hasn't just parked that car there. Uncle, part of his will, has actually dedicated it to the monastery and to the monks, so it's now become their car. Now, they're not officially allowed to drive, they're not allowed luxuries, they get fed by the people in the village, they're not allowed to any wealth or anything, but what they will do is they will get a volunteer to drive them somewhere. So if they have to go to another temple, or they have to go somewhere to do different ceremonies, they go to people's houses for funerals, and if someone is sick, like Uncle was, they would go to his house and actually chant for a while. Now, I donated a fan in Uncle's name. Members of the family can actually, this is what they're doing now, they're actually talking about what's been donated. Oh, there you go. They're talking about the donated, and that's the head monk. Now, I donated a fan, and that's Uncle with the still showing it being presented. The fan will actually go to the local school. I believe this fan will also go to the local school. It was actually donated to them. Now, that's the crematorium side. I did say that I would show you. And there's me and the guys who obviously are in charge of the funeral, and that's the fan that I gave to the school in the name of Uncle. You know, I never did actually know his proper name. I've been calling him Uncle with a cancer since the day I met him. Yeah, you know, rest in peace, Uncle. I hope you are no longer in pain and in a far better place. This has been Skeggsy on the farm in rural Thailand. I'll catch you again soon, people. Bye bye.